Hey everybody, it's Becky and I'm coming to you today with a lifestyle coaching lesson. Relationships. Are you in a relationship right now? Maybe it's a friendship, maybe it's a relationship with your child, spouse, significant other, what have you. And do you sometimes feel like there's a disconnect? Like you're never listening to me, you don't understand, you don't know what I feel, you don't feel what I need. I'm going to suggest that you take a test. I'm going to post the link below. I'm not going to talk about the different languages of this, but it's the 5 languages of love. I've experienced this throughout the years. I've taught and trained on this, and this is one of my most favorite subjects to talk and train on. And the reason is because sometimes, don't you ever feel like maybe you're in a relationship and there is that disconnect? And that maybe you're giving, but the person isn't receiving and reciprocating back to you? Well, here's the thing. If you understand exactly what your language of love is, how you give love and how you receive love, and the person that you're actually in a friendship or relationship with understands that as well, they can change the way that they give love to you in a way that you'll receive it that will maximize your relationship and take it to whole new levels. I'll give you a great example. Let's say that you're a gift giver and you just love to give gifts. It's your language of love on how you give love to other people. But let's say that you're giving me gifts and it's not my language of love. It doesn't make me feel any more loved. I'm like, oh, it's wonderful, it's special, I love it, thank you. But it doesn't fulfill my love language. Then if you're giving me all these gifts because that's how you give the love, but that's not my language on how I receive it, then I'm not going to receive it in the way in which you need it to be received so that you feel fulfilled. Vice versa. If somebody's not doing something for you, they're not providing a lot of quality attention to you, they're not verbally praising you and supporting you and encouraging you with their words, they're not physically touching you if you feel like you need to be physically touched, they're not giving you gifts on those special occasions when you feel like that's what you really want, then that creates a void. It creates a frustration and a resentment. So generally what your love language is also what frustrates you the most. It's important that when you're in a relationship with somebody, again, whether it's a parenting relationship, a loving relationship, or a friendship relationship, that you're giving and receiving so that fulfills both partners. You know, they always say a marriage or a relationship is a 50-50. It's not. It's 100% and 100%. You have to give 100% of yourself to the other person if you also in turn want that person to give 100% of themselves to you. So I'm going to discuss the 5 languages of love. I'm going to talk to them in a little bit more detail in just a couple minutes tomorrow. I'm not going to tell you what my love language is. I give love in one way and I receive love in another way. And it's important for me as well, for my husband, to be able to know what my love language is and for me to understand his. And I'll tell you that years ago when we figured it out, made all the difference in the world in our relationship. It makes all the difference in the world in my parenting with my kids, because you know what? My kids are different. I love on them different. I receive love from them differently, and I give love to them differently. And you need to do the same. I promise you, if anyone's out there and they've taken this test and they've read this book and they understand the philosophy between the 5 languages of love, and you get what your language is, and you get what your friends and your children and your partner's relationship with is, it'll make all the difference in the world. If you ignore it, you're making a bad choice. I promise you, you're making a bad choice. You may be in a relationship right now that you're not happy with. You may be in a relationship with that you need and want to change. You may be in a relationship that you're wanting your partner to change. Well, maybe you need to look and see how you can change yourself, because you can never control and change somebody else. Start with yourself. Take this test. I want you to post your results of what your love language is below. And I can't wait to talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.